Hey Crypto Masters, welcome back to the Crypto Mastery channel. So today what we're going to focus on is my top 3 picks for you to invest in early in 2022 that I think are going to be even stronger as we leave 2022 at the end of this year. We'll walk around each of these picks and figure out why I believe they're a strong investment and how you can get on these now and what the current price action looks like. Before we get into this, I will say as always, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and please make your own decisions on where you feel the best investment is moving forward. Before we get into it, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. It helps me, helps the channel, helps us all kind of stay up to date on the latest news and kind of what's coming out for this channel to help you moving forward. So let's take a look at my top 3 picks for 2022. So pick number 1, we'll start off with Terra. Now, if you're in the crypto space and you use and trade and kind of follow cryptocurrency, you will have likely heard of Terra, Luna in the past. If not, let's take a quick look at Terra's website and let's try to briefly explain what kind of Terra is. Basically, they describe it as programmable money for the internet. So basically what they're offering is stable coins, right? The generation of decentralized kind of programmable and algorithmic stable coins. So for instance, depending on what part of the world you live in, you'll already see some stable coins are out there. For instance, USDT for the United States. And basically what they're offering is to create more stable coins backed against other currencies around the world. And then they can be used for, multiple different purposes. One being, instead of these countries accepting cash payments or card payments in their country, they could actually accept kind of, their stable coin payment for transactions and merchants and so on. So why do I find kind of Terra an exciting thing for 2022? Well, I think we need more stable coins, right? There's not many stable coins out there. As I said, we've got things like USDC, USDT. We've got, BUSD, which is Binance-backed, kind of, the United States kind of dollar stable coin, but Binance-related. So we do have a few, but we don't have as many as we really should in order to make sure that these cryptocurrencies remain stable. Because they're so heavily backed to economies, and economies inflate and deflate, there's still that variance that goes into stable coins in terms of their fluctuation. Now with algorithmic and decentralized stable coins, Terra's looking to solve that problem in the future. And I think that as we move forward, we're going to need that problem to be solved so we can bring more stability to the cryptocurrency market. So I really do think this is a strong pick moving forward. So let's now take a quick look at Terra's kind of, social updates and their social profile on Twitter, as we usually do. So we can see that, they've got just over 300,000 followers on Twitter. They've got a very good kind of active engagement. So lots of kind of tweets and people kind of, tweeting around Terra, predominantly around their UST kind of stable coin, which is obviously backed against the US dollar. A bunch of things they're sharing here around the kind of Terra Luna kind of ecosystem, the various other platforms that are hooked into Terra and the kind of UST stablecoin. Got Olympus DAO here saying the UST wormhole bonds are now live on kind of Olympus DAO. That was 7 hours ago. And then, we've also got things like, various releases like this as well, right? So we can see here that Outlet is sharing, in the next update next week, there is a way of working physical debit cards. These cards will allow you to spend your Outlet balance where MasterCard is accepted. This will be the first card using UST on Terra Money. So an actual card that enables you to actually transact in Terra's kind of stablecoin. I mean, stuff like this is big, right? Because this brings this to consumers, this brings it to the market. and it's really, really exciting news. So, I mean, check out their social profile. There's lots of interesting news to go through. And I think that as we go forward, we're going to see more and more exciting partnerships, exciting ways to kind of use and kind of spend kind of, various Terra kind of stable coins. And it's a very exciting space for 2022. So finally, let's take a quick look at the current price of Terra, or Luna, as the kind of the coin for Terra is called. So currently it's $83 for around 83.40 cents. I mean, that's taken a little bit of a dip over the past kind of few hours from when I'm recording this video. I mean, you might be seeing this a little bit later, but that's fine. So we can see kind of, it was steadily around, floating in between kind of $86, $87. It's dropped down to around, maybe 82.5, and then picked back up to around 84. It seems to be floating around that kind of window right now. So we take a look back over 7 days, we can see, well, actually over 7 days, it has increased in price from where it was down to around $68. Over 14 days, we can see, well, actually it's taken a slight dip. And then over the longer period, we can see that actually overall, it's got that kind of, overall upward trend that we really like to see within our cryptocurrencies, right? It's only 19% down from its all-time high, so it hasn't really dipped that far from its previous all-time high, really, considering the dip in the market, which is great to see. If we look at this crypto as well, and we say that, currently, they've got a max supply of 1 billion. Currently, they've got around a 30 million market cap, and it's about $83, $84. My price prediction for this, I could see this easily tripling its market cap size by the end of 2022, as long as it continues what it's done in 2021. It brings on more partnerships, it generates more kind of stable coins that are used via these various kind of mechanisms and partners. And it really enhances the product, enhances the utility of Terra moving forward. I can see this easily becoming something that really does help become a backer to stabilize the cryptocurrency market moving forward. So I could easily see this like tripling its market cap to around kind of 90, say 100 kind of billion. In that instance, if it does, we can look to, the Luna price really to maybe triple in price. So I would say that really my prediction for the end of 2022 for Terra would be for this to rise to around $240. So pick number 2 is Fantom. Again, if you haven't heard of Fantom, we're on their website at the moment, and Fantom really is a very, very fast, very high throughput kind of smart contract platform for digital assets and dApps. Fantom itself, there's a number of things going on here. So, obviously they have their Network Explorer for transactions. They've got projects. They've got the wallet. They've got a bridge. And they're all about speed, security, and scalability. They describe themselves as, delivering unparalleled speed, security, reliability, and really to enjoy almost instant transactions at extremely low gas fees. Now, this is critically important. As we move forward, I've discussed this on other videos, but unless, things like Ethereum really solve the gas fee problem, then it still remains a barrier for engagement from people who want to consume or engage on that platform. Especially when there are perfectly good other platforms like Fantom that you can engage through at very, very low gas fees with much better speed and potentially reliability behind them, then why would you do that? They're going to end up like siphoning off a lot of Ethereum's kind of like backing and kind of consumers onto these other networks unless they really do something to solve it. But Fantom itself, I think, has got huge potential for 2022. I mean, you see what they've done in 2021, all of the kind of, we go scroll down here, all of the dexes that are kind of, deployed on Fantom, the bridges, the lending and borrowing kind of, apps, the yield optimizers, the NFT platforms, the tools, and the wallets as well, right? This platform has really grown in 2021, and I can really see it growing much further in 2022 and beyond. I really do think this is going to be a strong player, as we move beyond this point. And I think that, as an investor, yes, you could have got in this, maybe you have in 2021, and Fantom is part of your portfolio that you're really bullish on. So, like, great news for you. Like, if you haven't got into this, like, really consider like investing in this, because this is going to be so strong in the future. You'll be kicking yourself at the end of 2022 that you didn't actually get in on Fantom, as they start to exponentially grow even further. So as always, we'll take a quick look at the snapshot of, the social kind of profile for Fantom as we take a quick look at their Twitter. They've got around about 330,000 followers on Twitter at the moment. It's a very active community. The community itself for Fantom is very strong, very passionate, very bullish on this platform, which is always great to see. It shows that that commitment and that drive to help this become successful moving forward. So I think that's a very strong indicator. And if we quickly go down, we can also see the sharing some news around the actual social sentiment for Fantom. So, depending on when you're watching this video, we can see that they're sharing briefly around 22 hours ago. They had very, very bullish social sentiment. We can see the Fantom is number one out of around 3,500 kind of altcoins ranked on the alt rank for Lunar Crush. And I mean, that shows great kind of community backing for this. People talking about this, people wanting to get engaged in this. So really, don't miss out on your opportunity here. We can see that already for this 24-hour period, the price has already pumped another 12%. And in the situation we're in with the market at the moment, that's big news, right? That just shows the community is really behind this moving forward. And finally, for Fantom, we'll take a quick look at the crypto coin itself, FTM. We'll take a look at the price, what it's looked like over the past 24 hours, 7 days, and so on. And then where I can see this getting to by the end of 2022. So if you look at the price right now, it's $3.19. If we look at over the past hour period, it's down it's minus 0.4%. We don't really care about that because fluctuations happen all the time. In the next hour, it can be up 3%, whatever it is. 24 hours again, not too concerned. It's down 1.1%. Very rare to see a crypto in the market we're in currently that's showing some green across most of its stats. So we can see for the 7-day period, it's up 33% over 7 days. So if we go back and we look at the 7-day chart, we can see it just what type of rally we've seen around FTM over the past 7 days. We spread it back to over the past 14 days. We can see, it's going on that pump, it's going on that rise. And the same if we just pop back to, the 30-day period as well, we can see that this is a steady increase. If we went back to around the 20th of, or the 18th of December, it was $1.45. Now it's all the way up, and it's reached all the way up to around $3.28. Again, it's not that far away from its all-time high, which is $3.46, which is great to see. So it's picking back up momentum. It's getting to where it was previously at in terms of its all-time high. A great, solid investment for 2022. It's only currently got a market cap of 8 billion. So 8 billion is fantastic for this. I mean, it's got an overall max supply of around, looks like 3 billion tokens overall. I would say, I could easily see this going to a 50 million market cap, right? So I could easily see this going to, by the end of 2022, I could actually see this FTM being at least around $15 to $20 in price. So you're looking at around 5 to 6x on your investment. So really keep a close eye on this. If you're not investing in this currently, this will be a strong project as we move forward. This is going to be one that pumps really hard as we go into 2022 and we start to see all the markets pick up. it's a solid investment. So pick number 3 for me is Cardano. Now, you might be feeling this is a slightly strange pick. Maybe you've seen some kind of news articles and things coming out around Cardano, the concern with the speed of the network. They will be releasing a DEX via an ISPO fairly soon, which is Sunday Swap. And there's some concerns over the speed and reliability of what that will look like early doors for transactions and throughput and so on. Now, what I'll say is if we look back at Cardano and its history, it's got a very strong history of delivering solid updates to its network without any kind of major issues, right? So the ethos for Cardano is slow and steady. They like to build things slow. They like to build it steady. They like to make sure it's reliable and then build on top of it. And I think that if they keep to that ethos, they can really kind of, this year for them, if we take a quick look over at their kind of focused roadmap, if you like, it's the year of Basho, which is going to be focusing on, the Basho era, which is going to be focused on optimization, right? Improving scalability, improving interoperability of the network. If they do that in the way that they've done their previous kind of, updates and releases, this will be a resounding success, right? And we will really see increased scalability and interoperability of the platform, which will solve all the conversations around, can they scale? There's a problem with transactions. And ultimately the FUD that comes out around that, because people want to pump the kind of cryptos that they're invested in if they're not invested in Cardano. So you're also always going to see that type of stuff coming out when we look at these kind of, blockchains, and kind of people like to focus on the negatives rather than the positives. What you focus on here is their track record, their history, the people behind it, like, Charles Hopkinson. It's a very strong indicator that this is going to see more and more future success. So it's definitely one I suggest you look at for adding to your portfolio from an investment perspective. So as always, we'll take a quick look at, Cardano's social presence on Twitter. Currently they've got 1.2 million followers. As I said, the Cardano kind of ADA community is very, very strong. It really is a community-focused project more than any other that I've seen, because people believe not only in Cardano and what it offers from an investment perspective, if we move that aside, they believe in what it's trying to do, right? Fundamentally, this ethos of trying to make the world a better place, which is, I think, fantastic and a fantastic space to be in, to not solely focus on making money, right? Because you're going to run out of steam at some point. There needs to be something with a stronger connection, and having that strong community spirit around helping the world, doing the right thing, is definitely something that I see coming through in spades from ADA. If we take a look at this, we can see I've just talked about this around in terms of what's next for Cardano, right? So if we quickly take a look here, we can see there's various information. So new blog with the core smart contracts capability now deployed. The next phase for Cardano focuses on performance optimization and scaling. And here's how we plan to steadily increase Cardano's capacity and throughput during 2022. And it starts right here. So again, as I've said, yes, they right now, if you look at the platform, they have some scaling issues, right? They can't scale as much as some other platforms. But then every platform has its problems. Some platforms have great scalability and transaction time, but very poor reliability. Their networks can be brought down very quickly and easily. So actually, when we look at this, we know that Cardano is facing into this problem. We know it is always something on their roadmap to do. It's not a surprise that's come up for them. They know about it. They've planned for it. And they're going to go after it with a steady and methodical approach to make sure they scale their network in the best way possible. I think that, I'm hugely bullish on Cardano. I think that it's a great project, and I think that as they release more stuff and as they focus on, enhancing the network, the speed, the throughput, I think it's got huge potential to go even kind of, greater moving forward. And finally, let's take a quick look at Cardano's price action, right? So where are we sitting currently with Cardano? So currently the price for Cardano is $1.52. And, we've seen this drop all the way down to, really probably close to $1, I would say, which is quite shocking for Cardano, really, considering where it was like 6-8 months ago. It was really bullish, getting close to $3 and kind of not what. So I say with the right now, it's a really good investment from my side. It's like it's $1.52. It's up 11% over the past 24 hours, 30% over the last 7 days. I know around 25% over the last 30 days. So it's showing strong indicators of picking back up with the market, which is very, very good. I would say that, if we look back, as I said, its all-time high was around $3. So around 50% of that mark at the moment. Market cap of around 50 billion currently. I could easily see Cardano ending up at $10 by the end of the year, right? The end of 2022, I can easily see this ending up at $10. So my prediction for ADA, the close of 2022, is that this will sit at or around the $10 mark. I think it's got some huge things happening in its space. You've got the ISPOs coming out, the DEXs. There's some really cool metaverses that are coming out for Cardano this year as well. Again, all of these things happening at the side or on the blockchain for Cardano actually directly relate to the blockchain itself and increase its value and its potential. So that's why I'm really kind of bullish, and I believe this has got strong kind of investment opportunity for 2022. So thanks all for watching this video around my top 3 picks for 2022 and the ones I would recommend investing in to see really good gains when we get to the end of the year. But they're also projects of strong utility. I mean, if we look at the first one being Terra, it's bringing in more and more stable coins to the market, it's bringing that stability to crypto, which it needs longer term. So I believe it's a very, very strong investment. We then look at something like Fantom, right? With its speed, with its reliability, with what that's bringing to the space, how it's, focusing on kind of dApps and digital data. I think this is going to be a huge one in 2022. And we can already see it pumping right now, so keep a close eye on Fantom. And the last one, finally, Cardano. I mean, I'm hugely bullish on Cardano. I think it's got so much strong potential. We've already seen some strong price action in 2021. I believe we're going to see even stronger price action in 2022 with all of the ISPOs coming out. As the network starts to focus on scalability, this thing is going to go big in 2022 and beyond. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope this helps you strengthen your crypto portfolio and figure out what you want to invest in 2022. So why don't you share down in the comments, are these some of the cryptos you're going to be investing in? Are there others that you believe are going to be really strong in 2022 that you'll be bringing into your portfolio or adding more into your portfolio moving forward? So have a great day, and I will catch you on the next video.